Hey everyone, it is RevTrev, and today we're going to be diving into the topic about realistic expectations. What are you expecting as a fan this season? So let's hit the intro, let's get into it, and dive into this awesome topic. Let's go, Canucks. Hey everyone, I hope that you're having a fantastic weekend. I have really enjoyed, my hand's a little crooked. I've really enjoyed this weekend, the start of the NFL season, and it means that hockey is right around the corner. And so I'm looking forward to training camp, to Young Stars tournament, to all the different things, scenarios that we're going to be talking about. But tonight we want to dive into a bit of a challenging conversation, I should say, because having expectations of this team has been difficult in the way of trying to be realistic. Now, I get that we can have passion, and there's lots of passionate fans, faithful fans, and I love that about the Vancouver market. We literally are loaded with a whole bunch of faithful fans. Been through a lot of ups and a lot more downs, and you stuck it out. And so I just want to give you a big shout out. And I appreciate you guys, you girls, who have stuck it through thick and thin for this Vancouver Canucks team. Now, here's the thing that we need to walk into tonight is, what do you feel are the realistic expectations for this team? Now, I feel like that, me, my channel's built on these three things, right? I want to produce Canucks content that is passionate, realistic, and honest. And I think that we should do honest takes of the Vancouver Canucks. I was going to say Green Bay Packers because they're my favorite football team. I've been making so much football content on my other channel, RevTrev NFL. So sorry about that mix up. By the way, loved watching the Seahawks today get that big win against Denver. Didn't look good at the beginning, but boy, they turned it on in the second half and showed who was the better team today. But here's the thing when it comes to the Vancouver Canucks. And I think it's interesting because we need to kind of look at it at all different angles, okay? All different angles. Now, there's a passion in us that feels that we're going to build on what we had. There's optimism in Vancouver. And in fact, hope drives the markets, drives sports teams. Hope brings fans to the stadium, gets them to buy merch. And there was a lot of skepticism, I should say, last year when it came to our beloved Vancouver Canucks, who really were, had quite a few, let's say, and let's be honest, abysmal seasons before that. And a lot of people were negative and saying there's no way that the Vancouver Canucks are going to do what they did last year. Now, I said that they were going to make the playoffs, but can I just be completely transparent? And if you've watched the channel, they exceeded my expectations, and I loved every minute of it. And I keep thinking about, like people like Bieksa and others who, of course, I respect Bieksa a ton, but kept saying, Canuck fans, you need to pump the brakes. And you know what I was saying? It was like, we're not pumping the brakes, we're hitting the gas, right? And we're hitting the gas because we can enjoy the ride. We can enjoy it as long as it lasts. And it was a great ride last year. It was an incredible time together, cheering this team off, watching all the successes, the ups and downs. And the playoff success was fantastic. It was fun to watch. And so we would guess that we're going to build on this team, build on this momentum, and the passion is going to rise in Vancouver, and probably rightly so. But this summer has been a roller coaster ride, to say the least. When we just thought things were heading the right direction, we picked up some key acquisitions in free agency, and then all of a sudden the bottom drops out on us with the goaltending. And it's the rumors upon rumors and the reports upon reports, and saying that Demko's not going to be ready for the season. He's not going to be ready for training camp. He's not going to be ready. And this could be a long-term injury. And then it's like, okay, I guess we're going Shilovs. And the rumors are saying we're going after a goalie. We're going to get another veteran guy. Here we are, and we still haven't gotten one, right? And then apparently there was an offer made to Lankinen, and he said no to that offer. There was, you know what I mean? There's been reports of different people that the Canucks may or may not be interested in, and it just felt like everything, all the excitement that is happening in the offseason just broke, and it was done. And so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now it's switched and saying that Demko's practicing, that he should be there for training camp. Maybe he'll play some preseason games. I'm not really sure. And it just seems like it's so confusing. It's like, what is actually happening in Canuck land? And so when you think about, you know, this team and the realistic expectations, I feel like Canucks fans have mixed feelings about this team. Some are very nervous, do not see very good things ahead. Others are totally optimistic, saying, you know, believe it. We're going to keep believing in blue. This team's going to come together. We trust management. We know that everything doesn't sound ideal, but we are going to find a way to overcome. And maybe, just maybe, it's not as bad as everyone has said. So, what are your realistic expectations for the Vancouver Canucks? Post in the comments. We're going to get into there. And first and foremost, I do want to talk about not only goaltending, but I do want to talk about the forward lines, the team overall, and of course, the defensemen. And I think the defenseman is the piece where people are quite nervous. Now, if you ask me, and you've heard me say this before, if we were going to say last year's team to this year's team, which one do you like better? Well, I like this year's team much better than last year's team going into the regular season. I think our playoff team is better than beginning of the season for us as well. So, but just because the team starts this way doesn't mean it's going to end this way. And we need to remember that. Like, you can't write off a team before it even starts unless you're just convinced, like, Demko's not playing, Shilovs is not going to be able to handle the workload. I mean, who is going to be the goaltender, the one that you want in the pipes and playing significant minutes? And I know that's super concerning. But can we just talk about the forward group? And maybe I'll just bring this up here is something that I think is very important to talk about. And I'm just going to go to dailyfaceoff.com to the line combos. And I just want to kind of share, this is their opinion, right? I'm not sure if they're totally right on this at all, but let's dive into this. Okay. So I'll bring it up here. Let's look at these forward combos for a moment. Okay. So this is what they're projecting right now. And I would disagree with the way they have this set up, but Höglander, Miller, Besser. Jake, I mean, that's a solid line, right? It's a solid line. Jake DeBrusk, Pettersson, Sprong as a second line. I mean, much better than last year's. Pettersson did not play with good line mates, in my opinion. I mean, Höglander was fine, but he wasn't really good enough. And then the Dakota, Joshua, Blueger, Garland line was stellar last year, and we hope that they will be too. And then the fourth line is the Heinen, Suter, and Sherwood. I really like that line a lot. So Suter, in their opinion, has been taken off that top line, moved to the fourth line center, which is quite a demotion for him. And then Heinen is there. So I actually don't mind these lines. I think they're going to have mixture lines all the time. But what's your realistic expectations with these lines? And why, Daily Faceoff, have you not figured out the numbers for DeBrusk, Sprong, Heinen, and Sherwood yet? Come on. They know what they're doing. Why isn't that officially done? I do think that the second line will be DeBrusk, Pettersson, and Heinen. I think that's what's going to happen there, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I still think this is 4 solid lines. I mean, obviously, due to injury, things can change, everyone. Things can change. But Coach Rick Tocchet, he's not fooling around with this kind of stuff. He wants this kind of stuff going on, right? And so I do think that this is really important to look at and to see. Because I don't look at this lineup and say, we've regressed. I mean, who have we missed, right? Like, we're talking Mikheyev, I mean, like, some of the guys that we were missing, it's like, I think we've improved. So forward-wise, we should be a better team. I know Lindholm kind of hurts, but I think Lindholm only hurts as a center. He was not a great winger. We know that. He didn't really fit on this Canucks line, in this Canucks team, but he had a great playoffs, and we loved watching him. Too bad we couldn't keep him, but we offered him $7 million. He took 7.75 from Boston. I'm okay with this. So let's just dive into some comments about the team. Just talk about forwards first. Maybe some of you want to talk about the goaltending situation. But when I look at this team here, because I think it's going to be the Boston combo with DeBrusk, Pettersson, and Heinen. But even if it isn't, maybe it's Höglander, Pettersson, and DeBrusk. Okay, whatever it is, I like this team a lot. I think this is these are solid lines, and so we're gonna dive into it here. We got so many people have already here and are already commenting. And I'm going to give a shout out to Callum, who's the first one. Go Bills, go Saints. Both teams won massively. Well, I guess the Bills didn't win mass, but that run by Josh Allen was epic today. And touchdown. Yeah, and Callum, like Quinn is talking about trying to pot 20 goals next season. He's been working on improving his shot. He keeps talking about that though, right? And here's some optimism. If we can get this right, we can realistically win it all next season. With a couple of Alvin out of left field trades after Christmas, it's possible. Andrew's in the building telling us to smash that like button. I'd agree. Hey, Coach Rob, Willie, and Landon, let's talk. Apparently, there are some PTO rumors in the rumors with the Canucks, like Blake Wheeler. I have not heard that yet. Mark, I appreciate that. Hearing 3, that's cool. So Disrespectful Junior says, I think they'll finish 3rd in the Pacific. Okay, I don't mind that. Have a feeling we play Dallas round 1. It's actually impossible to play Dallas round 1 because they're in the other division. You only play your division for the first 2 rounds, and then you play the other one. So I believe I'm correct on that. Dallas would be the earliest we'd face Dallas would be round 3, but maybe am I wrong on that, everyone? Please post it in the comments if I am. Not liking that jersey right now, being a Broncos fan. Yeah, right? I mean, I rarely wear this jersey because I'm always wearing Packers gear, and so Seahawks are my second favorite team. So Andrew says, I realistically expect 82 wins, 100 points from all forwards and a cup win. All righty. Adam Lee wants us to be pushing for the finals. Just make the playoffs, Callum says, then start showing everyone what our team can do. Okay, let's keep going. I'm legit worried about our amazing netminders, especially Demko. I can understand that. But on an honest note, I think we're a lot deeper on offense, lacking a little in D, and have solid goaltending. So as long as they're both healthy, I can definitely see us being a force to be reckoned with. And that is the biggest key, right? They got to be healthy. So still resentful about losing Lindholm and Zadorov. I'm not resentful at all. And I know I believe this is what you're saying. I'm not resentful at all about losing Lindholm. In fact, I think we used that $7 million to really good use. I am frustrated that we lost Zadorov. That hurts. In my opinion, that hurts, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But we can't keep them all. And maybe in hindsight 2020, it was actually the best thing that we didn't keep them both. Financially speaking, that is. I'm expecting our lovely Canucks to go far as well. Everything has to go right. And at the trade deadline, we go all out. There you go. Brock, Miller, Petey, and Huggy over 100. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Brock can do it, but maybe 3 of those 4. We shouldn't make any more trades to Calgary. And everyone wants Rasmus Anderson. Rasmussen. I'm thinking about the song. And Demko is broken. Possibly, yeah. Vancouver has never really had good management and coaching at the same time. Good point. Yeah, I know. I'm nervous about that too. Pat Quinn was good, but did we have Pat Quinn and was it Mark Crawford at the same time? I can't remember. Canucks will get 55 wins, and Desharnais is going to be the new Zadorov. I would love that. Silas, I love that. 2 of our forwards still need to be traded for one better one. A top 4D can wait until December to start worrying and possibly go for one more. But right now, we've got 3 fourth liners that possibly slump. Really? 2 line mates. Yeah. I don't know. We have such a deep team. Yeah, I agree. Lots of firepower, right? Hey guys, hit that like button. We're talking good conversation, interesting stuff to think about, to talk about, wanting your feedback. Hit that like and subscribe, everyone. Or else Louis Erickson comes to your kid's birthday party and he scores a goal. We'll be fine. Forwards are good. D need one more. Okay, that's a good take and positive. PD finally has line mates. Hopefully he can show up to earn that check, right? Hope that Demko and Shelovs are good to go. Yes, that's huge. All those lines aren't bad. Let's be real. Yep. Better than the start of last year. Yeah, I mentioned that. Realistically, expecting this season to see the Canucks either first or second in the division, make the playoffs, have at least 2 players that reach 100 or very close to 150 wins, at least 90 points solid. I like that. Danton Heinen not playing 4th line. I see him taking the holding. So I could see him doing that too. I totally could see that. Demko, please, for all that. Yes. Canuck Tony. The season is riding on what happens with our goaltending. Feels like, and especially in my lifetime, we finally have good coaching and good management with solid core of players. I mean, you must be much younger than me, Andrew, because I think 2011 was unbelievable. We should have won the cup there, and we should have won in '94, but. Yeah, so D is our team is way better. D not convinced. Let's dive into that. I know there's a lot more comments here, everyone, but we're gonna dive into this conversation now. And I think this is the part where everyone's getting a bit nervous. Now, Hughes, Hronek, there's nothing wrong with that line. Solid. Susie, Myers played together all year last year. Rarely did they have other line mates, okay? So whenever they were healthy, of course, right? What everyone's nervous about is Forbort and Desharnais. And I get that you're upset or nervous or don't believe in these two guys. Here's the thing, everyone. I actually do believe that this is a wait and see, that I'm not going to be convinced they're going to be horrific. I do believe that the Canucks have a method to the madness when it comes to the team, defense-wise. I think forward-wise, but more importantly, those bottom two defensemen, I know a lot of you are thinking we're done. And I agree. I think Zadorov being there made our team better. But with all the challenges we had, financially speaking, man, I think we've done a fair bit. Now, Desharnais, we'll see how he does. They believe in him. They believe in Forbort. I mean, now some of you might say, well, do they, Trevor? Do they really believe in these guys? Or is it something that is just one of those things where they ran out of money? They didn't have anyone else and they were scrambling. That is a legitimate concern, everyone. So, but I don't feel as nervous about these six than it seems everyone else is. I don't forget that we still have Juleson. I'm a huge Juleson fan. Say one of our defensemen gets hurt, especially one of these right-handed shot defensemen. I mean, you're gonna bring Juleson in. I'm happy with his play. I know that he sometimes takes some big hits and makes some mistakes, but I mean, there's a lot of defensemen that do stupid stuff like that. You know, Trouba, definitely getting paid monster money, makes a lot of mistakes like Juleson has. So I'm not really out on this defensive team yet. I feel like it's a wait and see for me. It's a wait and see. I would love to see what you guys think about that. And then Rome comes in and says, I think the Canucks need one more solid top six winner, not sold on Sprong. I mean, I don't think you can get anyone for as cheap as Sprong. Sprong has a killer shot. And I think that's the thing. Like, what's the realistic expectation? I would be expecting that Sprong's going to probably score 20 goals this year. That's my realistic expectation for him. So I'm not saying he's going to, I mean, even if he scores goals in the playoffs, one or two here or there. Yeah. So Roberto says we need another D-man, especially right-handed shot D on that second pairing. Yeah, I know a lot of you are not convinced about Myers, but man, I'm telling you right now, Rick Tocchet loves Myers. Look at the numbers that he gives Myers. Look at the where he puts him in huge situations. I mean, this is a veteran, guys, and I know I've been one of the biggest critics of his play in life, and I'm sorry, not in life, with the Vancouver Canucks. Okay, he's been one of those guys, but under Tocchet, he's played the best of his career. So I think that's going to continue. That's what I'm hoping for when it comes to Desharnais and Forbort. Like, the amount of guys that are saying the reason why we came to Vancouver is because Adam Foote and Rick Tocchet called me, talked about the scheme, talked about how they'd be a good fit, how much they wanted them in Vancouver. And you know what? Those guys are trying to keep their careers going. They're very motivated, or else they're done. They're gone. So I'm just going to scroll down to find comments about the defenseman, okay? Let me just look here. Rev, what are you thinking about the Canucks really need to be a contender? Well, I've been thinking about this a lot. And you know what? I find that what I liked about last season was that Alvin and Rutherford said, you know what? I think this group is ready for a run and we're going to add some pieces. Now, I didn't like the Lindholm trade because we didn't re-sign him. I don't like rentals. The Zadorov one was not a huge cost. I felt like the Lindholm one was a huge cost. I feel like we're going to make a deal somewhere and it's going to put us over the top and we're going to be a contender. Now, if goaltending's an issue, we're in massive trouble, everyone, and that needs to do that. So, yeah. Rev, your stream starts too late. I got to get up at 5:30 a.m. Peace out. A lot of love to y'all. Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for even showing up for any of it. You can watch it later as well. But Callum, I understand. It just worked out best for me tonight. And I find a lot of Canuck fans are up at this time and aren't able to do a stream at this time. But I do apologize that it didn't work for you. Nothing wrong with watching these videos after they go live too. Yeah, you can watch them anytime. But yes, good to have you here, Callum. I love having you here. Okay. Jack says they will upgrade the blue line at the deadline. That's very possible. Yeah, if this blue line is not good, they're going to make a deal. And Doug comes in and says, I'm quite comfortable with the defense. I think they'll be better than some people are saying. I agree. Like, I'm not going to say that it's terrible until I see it. Silas wants to talk about the goal song. It's especially annoying in the playoffs. Really? Yeah, I don't mind the goal song at all either. Anyways, it doesn't matter what I think about that right now. Van Isle, really, let's see what Van Isle said. I'm hoping the Canucks have a reverse season to last year. Start off rocky, build some resiliency, and then absolutely spank Edmonton plays. I love it, man. I love it. By the way, Van Isle Alley, get this. So I did that Fantastic Four video, right? I don't know if you guys remember that one, but I just pumped it out. And here's the thing. Oilers fans are coming into the comments, which I'm very happy to have them there, but they have been so. This is the hard part about some Oilers fans, the arrogancy that they have about their team. They just think they're superior to everyone. And I get that Vancouver hasn't been good for a while, but if we're honest, the Oilers have struggled again as well. And that was their chance. Like, maybe they don't ever get a chance again to be in the finals with this team. I think this year's their best possible scenario to win the cup. And if they don't win this, there's no guarantee that McDavid stays. Maybe he goes to Toronto and gets big money there and plays in his home province. Like, who knows? Now, signing Draisaitl's massive. Maybe, just maybe, and I get it, Draisaitl and McDavid are awesome. Don't get me wrong. But the superiority complex that these guys have, that we are peasants and they are royalty, is a bunch of baloney. We literally kicked their butts in the regular season and took them to Game 7, and we're missing our starting Vezina finalist goalie and our leading goal scorer in Brock Besser in Game 7. We had injuries, they did not. So this idea, the audacity of Oiler fans to come into the comments and pretend like the Canucks are not relevant, the Canucks are not rivals, the Canucks are peasants, I'm telling you right now, is a bunch of baloney. And you Oiler fans that are like that, give your head a shake. You are not the king of the jungle. The last time you won a Stanley Cup was in the 90s. So you want to say, yeah, you guys have never won it? Yeah, you haven't been good. I mean, you haven't been great. I mean, you haven't won a cup since the 90s. So let me just share with you a little dose of reality. So before you come in and pretend like you guys are all that, do it. Yeah, you beat us. But my argument would be you're lucky that we weren't healthy, because I don't think you would have beat us. And then the whole thing changes. The whole thing changes. And we'll see what you do this year, because it's one thing to get there once. Can you get there again? And they have that opportunity. Maybe they do. But I'm tired of it. I'm not taking this garbage anymore from these Oilers fans. Now, there's lots of great Oilers fans. I love a lot of Oilers fans. In fact, I have family members that are Oilers fans. Big shout out to Maria, who's a huge Oilers fan, and family, And I know you're not like that. Well, at least I don't think you're like that. Like, I mean, you knew that Vancouver gave you guys a run for the money. I mean, we scared you guys. Like, you were legit worried. You didn't know, right? And so there's so many great Oilers fans there, and they're not arrogant and rude and all those things. And I get it. There's toxic people in every fan base, Vancouver all the way to New York, Florida, LA, does everywhere, guys. So I get it. Man, I went on a long rant there. That was a little bit. I should just save that for its own video. Maybe I'll do that. Japan Force jumped in, right? There you go. Good to see you. Hughes says he's shooting for 20 goals this season. That would be epic. That would be absolutely fantastic. Our captain, Now, Roberto, probably about 10 times a year, someone comes into my stream and asks me this question. I'll answer the exact same way when it comes to Jet Wu. I think Jet Wu is a really good AHL player. I don't see the potential with him as an NHL regular. He might get a game or two, but they're really developing those other guys. Like DPD is destined to be on this team. Vilander is destined to be on this team. I just think they're better than Jet Wu is or will be, and we'll see. Shannon says, I think the Canucks team looks good. Canucks need to have healthy goalies. We'll be having you or Coach Rob Willie as a Canucks goalies. I mean, it'll be good pay raise for me, but you guys would all hate me because I would be letting in all these soft goals. Catch you up. What did you miss? We're just talking about what are your Canucks realistic expectations, Erroneous Punk. Just go in there and post in the comments what you think are your realistic expectations of the Vancouver Canucks. The one thing I've noticed is a tough beginning this year for the Canucks, having only one home game right away in the preseason, then 4 away, but get plenty of time before hosting Edmonton on October 4th, right? Oh, yeah. Now, you know what's funny is I actually thought that the first home game was actually on the 9th the 6th with the Canucks and the Flames, but I didn't realize game 1 is against the Oilers. So that means I'm actually here on the 4th. I'm actually here. I'm away on the 6th, but I'm here on the 4th. So that's good. I'm thinking maybe we should do a watch party, everyone. Maybe we should do a watch party and then go live. That would be awesome. We'll see, but I'll keep you up to date. I'm not ready to start the season without Demko. Just doesn't feel right. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm with you. I am with you. Canucks are going to win the Cup in 2026. My prophecy from 10 years ago, and now actually looks possible. Man, that was a real leap of faith there, brother, 10 years ago. This is huge and highly speculated in Edmonton that Darnell Nurse is gone from the Oilers to secure McDavid. And if that's the case, then they have the you know what? I don't know who's going to take on that contract. They might have to eat some of the money, but yeah. Thanks, Andrew. Jack, and we're missing Petey, let's be honest. What do you mean we're missing Petey? How many Ian Cole self goals, right? That's another thing. I need to add that to my rant. I'm going to do another rant. I'm going to add that, Andrew. And I should remember to say, and Andrew from the chat reminded us that Ian Cole scored a whole bunch of goals for the Oilers. Rome says, Oiler fans have been spoiled by all the great players in the history. They've forgotten when it was like what it was like to be mirrored at the bottom pre-McDavid. Yeah, I mean, they were bad for a while. I love when Trev gets revved and starts ranting close-ups in the camera. Dude, listen, I have no problem if people have different opinions than me, okay? But when the Oiler fans come in and are pretending like they are the God's gift to hockey, give me a stinking break. I can debate it too. I'm not afraid of your dumb comments. I'm not afraid of your like trying to push back and acting all this and that. I can hold my own. Just like Disrespectful Junior knows. He knows when Trev gets revved up, oh, it's going to be going. The gloves are coming off. The truth bombs are coming out, everyone. And that is a fact. Because they got lucky. They didn't struggle with any injuries. Cole ends up scoring a whole bunch of goals for them. And here we are. And they think that we kicked their butts in the regular season. They were so worried in those first few games in the playoffs. Guess what? They found a way to win, and I give them some credit. You earned it. Well done. Well done, guys. Well done. You did it. But don't pretend like you're so much superior to us, because you're not. How's that disrespectful, Junior? I wasn't even disrespectful. I was just truth. And you're right. You got to have a bit of luck to win the Stanley Cup. That's why I thought, no injuries. I mean, everyone walks through challenging times, Oh, man, I'm when they start doing the dumb stuff like that, that's when I start like, I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing the garbage takes, Smart Oiler fans know the Canucks are a huge threat. Arrogant fans are dumb. I agree. The arrogant Oiler fans are the kinds who follow McDavid around. I mean, McDavid's amazing. Draisaitl's amazing. Nobody's arguing that. Dude, if DPD emerges from camp and pushes for the 7th D spot, I think he could push to start in that bottom 6 or third pairing. He's going to be good, guys. Which player would you love to come to Vancouver, even if it's PTO? Well, I love that we have, is it Sammy Blaze? Is that how you say it? Like, people say his name differently, his last name differently. I like that he's there. I hope that he finds a spot on this roster. I don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot of people talking about, every once in a while, Sidney Crosby to Vancouver. That's not going to happen, guys. But boy, that'd be fun. But I just wouldn't want to give up the price tag, all the first-round picks and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that would be a fun one to have, but I know it's not realistic. So that's not. Who would I like to come to Vancouver? I don't know, man. There's a lot of guys. I like Ventrano. I like him a lot. To be honest, right now, I'm so focused on this team. I'm not looking at other teams. I mean, honestly, the guy I want in Vancouver, and I've been saying for a long time, is I want Connor Bedard, baby. But I know he'll never get traded. The only chance we got about getting him is that he just does not re-sign with Chicago and he just signs with Vancouver. That would be epic. I hope that happens, but I feel bad. I don't think it's going to. I'd feel bad for the Blackhawks fans if that happened. Press the like button, folks. Oh, The 4th is also a preseason game. Okay, I didn't realize. I thought it was so season starts on the 9th. Okay, so I'm right. No, between Flames and Oilers. No. You got that wrong, man. Don't you? Is it, the 9th? Don't we play the Flames? Okay, I can't handle this. I've got to find. I mean, you're gonna have it here, so I'll just say long break between some preseason. That's fine. I don't mind if there's long breaks. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, and optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Yes, I like it. Yeah, hit that like and subscribe, everyone. Freddie, they are a winning team now. Confidence goes a long way. I love that, Freddie. Good to see you here. Welcome. Yeah, Cole scored 3 goals, right? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, man, I clip those kind of things all the time. I really hope that EP number 40 produces this season. Me too. I thought Cole's a great player for us. Just too bad he didn't know which net to put the puck in. You know what? I agree with that. I really like Cole. It was just he was wrong place, wrong time 3 times. Sloppy Joe's here says, I was watching Locked On Minnesota Wild video on how the Nucks new forward depth will make them even more dangerous here. And the comment were full of salty Oilers fans. Why are Oilers fans watching Minnesota Wild videos? That's weird, isn't it? I mean, obviously Canadians love hockey, so, but yeah. Fowler from the Ducks is up for grabs. 5.8 million. That's a lot of money. You got to retain a lot of salary, right? Yeah, you know what I was thinking, Shannon, is that we were talking about going to an Anaheim Clippers game, and they have games on Sunday afternoons at 2:00. I think you guys should come up for one of those games, and we should go to it together. I don't know what my plans are for Canucks games this year. It depends. We'll have to see. But I would love to go to a game, and if we all went, that would be awesome. But I would be taking the Hello Ferry back so I get home the same night. As long as Pedersen produces in playoffs, yeah, Rome, I'm with you. Oh, personalized. Panarin is a stud. He's a stud. Of course, we'd want him. But what would you have to give up? I mean, you'd have to give up either Miller or Pedersen, guys, because you're not giving up DeBrusk and getting Panarin. 9th between the Flames and the Canucks. Okay, there you go. We got it now. Guys, Pasternak. I mean, I guess we're dreaming here. We're dreaming. You're not going to get these guys, but I would love to have Pasternak to Vancouver. That would be awesome. I would love Kaprizov to Vancouver. That would be epic. Jack, if I think if the Canucks don't win the cup by the time Bedard and Celebrini's second contracts, I would see them. I like to. Yeah. Oh man, I'm with you. Ian Cole played as Zach Hyman, much better than. Other fans see the Canucks on the thumbnail and lock on them. They know deep down. In free agency, though. What? I don't know what you mean. Deep down that they know deep down that we gave them a real run for the money. So yeah, absolutely. Let's do that game together. Go see an Anaheim Clippers game. There's lots of advertisements right now about getting season tickets, and I just don't go on enough games to get season tickets. So I'm happy to just do like one-offs and go to a game with you guys. That would be awesome. And you know what? We could do a Kempner Canucks Nanaimo Clippers game. Let's just do it. Sunday afternoon, go watch a game, and who knows? Maybe the Canucks play as well, and we could just hang out together. I don't know. I'm just talking because I think Sunday games are usually in the day, right? They're not in the evening. Yeah, you're right. Hronek has to step up better in the second half season. Yeah, so he needs to play better. Yeah, that would be awesome. It's expensive though. It's expensive, so you got to save up your pennies. Not that pennies are worth anything. Ian Cole had 50 goals last year or more since Zach than Zach Hyman. Wow. He was just being about the playoffs and scoring on us. Yeah, that would be fun. Most of the Oilers fans you see online making comments about the Canucks, no proof, but assumption. I bet there are at most in their 20s and still don't know what mature is or means. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. I get that they're very excited about their team, and rightfully so. Yeah, so I don't know if any of you guys so we've been out for 45 minutes chatting about this. The real expectations for me, I do want to wait and see what they look like in a little bit in the preseason and training camp before I make too many judgments. I'm not going to do my season predictions yet, but I guess what my comment would be, it all comes down to goaltending. Okay. It all comes down to goaltending. And then it also comes down to, I want to see what those defensemen look like before I criticize or before I praise. I do really like, I feel like we've really built up a better core and a better team to play with. I'm really excited to watch Sherwood. I'm really interested in seeing how DeBrusk and Heinen fit in this lineup. I think getting Sprong was an awesome move in the way of just having another talented player. And you know me, I love Höglander. I love JT Miller and Brock Besser. And I do think now that Pettersson bounces back and has a better year. Because if he doesn't, we're in trouble. Because that's 11.6 million, guys, girls. But I believe Quinn Hughes. I think Quinn Hughes getting 100 points is not unrealistic. So, anyways, I don't know if you guys want to just do a quick Ask Me Anything or want to talk about football today that was on. I'm happy to do that as well. But we'll just do a couple minutes of Ask Me Anything. It can be Canuck related. It can be NFL related. That would be great. You're welcome, Van Island Ellie. It's great to have you here. I loved your questions. I loved. I think it was your comment that I ranted about the Oilers. So appreciate you saying that. So I'm not an expert on trade value, but I do like the guys we got. Feels promising. Yep. Murray is back from New Zealand. No, in New Zealand, back in the comments. Great to have you here, Murray. Slow internet in the Philippines. Yep, it would be. Oh, by the way, Angel, I went to a Filipino birthday party today. Okay. And oh my goodness, as you would know, the food was amazing. Our friends had a baby. And they were going to do a birthday party for the youngest son. And they were pregnant, and so they were going to do a birthday party and then have a birthday party and a baby shower. And then the baby came early, so they had to push back the date to today. And today we got to go to the birthday party, and it was a great time celebrating. We were so excited. And this baby's so small and cute. And the two boys were running around, and they were awesome. Love that family. So, hotelier by profession and trade, been doing it for 20 years. That's cool. Did we really land on the moon? I think we did. Because if we didn't, it might just wreck a lot of things in my mind. Actually, if we didn't land on the moon, maybe it just really clarifies a lot of things. So, do I think we land on the moon? I say yes to that question. Do I know for certainty? No. But I think we did. Any surprises in the NFL? Rome. Are you kidding me right now? The New England Patriots, that I wouldn't have been surprised if they went 0-17, beat the Cincinnati Bengals? What? I'm so glad. I mean, people put bets down or they do the survivor pools. If I did a survivor pool, I would have picked Cincinnati over New England. And I would have been out after week 1, everyone. Week 1. That one blew me away. Seattle's O-line needs a lot of work, but then they played much better in the second half. Here's the thing, Viper. Second half adjustments are the key to football. I've seen so many times where one team's blowing out one, and then halftime comes and adjustments happen, and they turn it on and win it all. So, yep, you were talking about that. How many points do you think Besser has this year? I don't know points wise, but I think he's going to be in the 40 goal range again. So it was, what did he get 60 last year? I feel like I need to refresh on the Canucks stats. I'm just going to go to Canucks.com and look at that real quick. Stats. So Brock had 73 points, 40 goals, 33 assists. I mean, I can see a scenario where he's at 75 points, 41 goals. So, yeah, that's my guess. Leprechaun. Do I believe that leprechauns are real? Is that what the question is? Because the answer is no, I don't. Any big events in Nanaimo happening during the Clippers game that would raise demand? I don't know. I used to be the on ice announcer. On ice an arena host for the Nanaimo Clippers. I got the microphone. I was going around pumping up people in the crowd. It was awesome. So I don't disrespectful. What do you mean 88? I don't get it. Otherwise, should still be a good rate. Avoid Parksville though. What do you mean? I don't know. Oh, I see what you're saying. For how much it costs. Yeah, Parksville's awesome. It's so awesome. Okay, personally, how about them Cowboys and Buccaneers? Honestly, I thought the Cleveland Browns were going to be much better, in all honesty. And I did pick the Cowboys to win that game today. But I'm telling you right now, Cleveland's defense got torched by Dallas. Dak was a maniac. And that was interesting. I was shocked about that. I was shocked. I shouldn't say I was shocked, but I was very surprised that the Saints destroyed Carolina that bad. And the Buccaneers game, I mean, they're for real, guys. Everyone wants to deem Atlanta as the team that's going to win that. The Buccaneers are not going away. Baker Mayfield had a great day. Yeah, you knew. I mean, that was the low-hanging fruit, right, Rome? Did you see San Francisco getting the win Monday night? You know what? Here's the thing about this. Everyone's picking the 49ers, but I don't think you rule out Aaron Rodgers, and don't rule out that Jets defense. They're way better than you think. So, but if I had to pick, I would say yes, 49ers win the game. I just think it's going to be close, and it just wouldn't shock me that the Jets win tomorrow. Maybe just the price, I think. Yeah, it's the prices are higher. We got to play them next week, I think. Yeah, do you play the Patriots next week? I think it is, right? I think it is. Do you reckon the Oilers shot themselves in the foot with Draisaitl's extension? Good question. I don't think so, but possibly, because basically they have to do stars and scrubs, and Oilers fans have been criticizing Leafs management for what they're doing. They're literally doing the same thing with Leafs that Leafs management did. So you're going to just have to find some amazing bargains. If you look at the goaltending situation in Toronto, it is so cheap, right? They had to go young and inexperienced that way. I mean, Wool is the guy that they're going for. And I mean, he's making nothing, you know? So they possibly did, but I still think it was a good. I think they had to. You can't lose a guy like Draisaitl. He's not replaceable. Go Pats, and Hughes getting 25 goals. Oh man, Patriots were good with Brady, and they are terrible without him. Just saying. I think Bill Belichick's a great coach too. But Hughes getting 25 goals. I think he's going to get 20. I think he's going to get 20. Patriots wrecked a lot of survivor pools. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Besser is still not cleared to play in the NHL at this time. It will be determined late September. I mean, that's huge if he doesn't. It depends on what the doctors say. 88 points for Brock Besser next year? Wow. That's amazing. They do actually have a pretty good I mean, in those smaller arenas, every spot is good, but they do have some there. But you need to book it earlier than later. Do your announcer voice, please. Okay, here's the thing. I did do an announcing gig one time, and I was fine. But I have a hard time pronouncing names, so I just butcher names. So I'm actually not a great announcer for that unless I know the names really well. Then I'm really good at it. So mine was about I was in the crowd and I was pumping them up, going "Go Clippers, go!" and like who wants free old Dutch potato chips, or who wants, I was on the ice doing the games with everyone, like that kind of stuff. That's what I did. So. Seattle's defense gave nothing to the Broncos. It was their defense looks legit. We'll see. Leprechauns, elves, gremlins, and Eskimos are not real. Eskimos? I don't know how that gets in that same conversation. Yeah, in the second half, Mark, you're right. They were awesome. JT Miller, $8 million a season. Draisaitl, 15. Right? Come on. That's why I made that video about the Fantastic Four, but the Oilers fans didn't like it. Disrespectful. I'm not going to rant again, okay? But I want to. Oilers needed to sign Draisaitl to have a chance of McDavid signing exactly. It gives them a better chance. Salary cap should be next season just over 90 million. This opens up space for McDavid, but not for Nurse too. In many opinions, no shot in the foot if Nurse does not take a lesser pay, or if I agree. So love how you're wearing a Canucks baseball cap and a Seattle Seahawks shirt. Thank you. Like I said, I normally don't like, but I love these Seahawks jerseys. I think they're nice. They're my second favorite team. So I'll represent it every once in a while, especially when they win on Sundays. But I want my Packers to win all the time, and I'm very nervous about the Jordan Love situation. Guys, girls, you know what? It's been almost an hour. Hit the like and subscribe, please. Hit that like button. That would be really great. Okay, just a couple more questions here. Sadly, I think Brock Besser regresses next season, 65-7. That's fine. That's still productive. Are players in Vancouver yet? Yes, they are. They've been practicing among themselves. It's amazing. And I agree, Eskimos are real. Talkett promised to allow more creativity and open up a bit. Yes, if we have the goaltending. If not, we're gonna close it up. That's gonna be scary if we do. We will not win a lot of games if we do that. Who does it? Yes. Well, the announcers at the Clippers are awesome. They're awesome. So I had the pleasure of staying with Eskimos. Oh, there you go. So he knows. Besser, 60 points, if not fully recovered by start seeing 75 if he is. Yeah, I'm with you, Dreamer. By the way, I love the picture in there. That's an awesome picture. I have one of those puck heads, and I keep forgetting to wear it. Who do you say is the most underpaid Canuck? Who would say? It's a good question. Hoglander? You know what? Changing it. She loves should be making 1.6 million. He got 875. I'm still shocked we signed him to such a small deal. DK Metcalf, so proud of the guy. Why? He didn't play. They could not pass the ball today. Lockett was awesome. You're welcome, Coach Rob Willie. Okay. Most underpaid Canuck, without a doubt, is Brock Besser. Yeah, you're probably right. Hughes. Yeah, Hughes. Hughes. He just won up to you, personalized. It's Hughes. You're welcome. Is Besser in a contract year? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Most underpaid Canucks might be Hughes, considering he won the Norris. I agree. Greeter Shannon is underpaid. There you go. There you go. Okay, everyone. Like Personalized says, thank you ever so much for streaming tonight. Great live. Appreciate you so much. May God bless you, bless your family, keep you strong, healthy, safe, and persevering every new day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thanks for watching. If you guys want Canucks content, that is passionate, realistic, and honest, everyone. Hit the like and subscribe. And of course, always, go Canucks. Go.